Greetings and a hearty welcome, everyone. I hope you're all faring well. I'm Dr. Jean Marie, and I'm delighted for you to join me on Conversations on Love. The episode today will highlight the voice of love. The voice of love is always speaking. Do we really hear? Do we really pay attention? How can we tune in to the voice of love that guides us during the day? Every moment of the day, we are making choices and decisions, sometimes with struggle, confusion, and doubt. When we're anchored in love and open our hearts, a wellspring of wisdom emerges. Intuition is seeing with the senses of the soul. It brings insight and knowing beyond the limitation of the mind. It brings forth what is true with great clarity. If we only listen. I know this to be true and regard it as the quiet power within. The voice of love comes to us in many ways, in many forms, such as that gut feeling, the quiet whisper, repeated messages, signs, and synchronicities. As said by the masters, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. So why not connect to the essence of who we truly are and make our lives less complicated? We are love, and love is our natural state of being. When we anchor in the power of love, we become more authentic, our authentic selves, and experience the freedom to express ourselves in the world. A quote by Rumi: everyone sees the unseen in proportion to the clarity of his heart, and that depends on how much he's polished it. Whoever has polished it more, see more. More unseen forms become manifest to him. So true. Polishing to see clearly, to gain direction, insights, and move forward on our journey. Our journey is anyone we choose to make. Imagine embarking on a journey. You are equipped with the GPS navigation system that's directing you to your final destination. But due to distractions or technical malfunctions, you become disconnected from your vital source of information. You lose your direction and get completely off course. At some point, you may be able to connect back to your informational source and resume your journey, or you may remain disconnected and stuck at this transit point. And the longer we're disconnected from our source, the more likely we are to ignore knowing feelings and intuitive signs, become fearful, and lose hope. The voice of love is always speaking and reminding us of who we really are. But we become so mired in negativity, doubt, unworthiness that we're unable to hear the whisper of love that's trying to guide us back home. Our light becomes dim and obscured by our fears and the belief that we are unlovable and unworthy. We're not our authentic selves, and therefore we're incapable of meaningful expressions and unconditional love. All of our experiences really points us toward transforming our lives. And I've learned that every experience, relationship, encounter, and even those self-sabotaging acts were part of my destiny to return me to love. This is symbolic of our innate needs and desire to connect to our true self. And when we're immersed in external conditions and life challenging circumstances, we become anesthetized and disconnected from our innate, life sustaining spiritual resources and lose our way. Whether we are down in the valley or mired in those wilderness experiences, if we focus and pay attention, we can get back on track. And our internal guidance system, that the voice of love, is embedded in our psyches. It provides clarity and helps us keep the momentum going and to stay the course. The opportunity for self-discovery and self-renewal requires awareness. And we have to pay attention to our thoughts, feelings, and actions. We have to be the gatekeeper of our thoughts, master our feelings, and make life-sustaining actions our priority. We have to commit to become all in with our minds, bodies, and spirits to be in harmony. When we become stuck in those old patterns and move blindly through life, we are off course. When we encounter a new experience that provides opportunities to see ourselves differently and experience life in new ways, the old familiar pattern sets in. I recall an experience when I moved to my new home. I was weary from the moving experience. And I would wake up in the middle of the night and walk around the house as if I was going to the same rooms in my previous home. I was bumping into walls and opening doors that were no longer there. I was still asleep and I was traveling the old path. My body and mind were not in sync with the change, but gradually I made the transition and I was able to find my way around my new home. And this experience reminds me of the disconnection of our bodies, minds, and souls from our power, divine love, which drives us in directions that are counter to feeling, experiencing, and expressing authentic love. Change may be difficult, but it's also rewarding. Our bumps and bruises are reminders to wake up, get back on track, and come home. We've become accustomed to making choices that are not aligned with our desires, but that meet the expectations of others, perhaps. And therefore, we're not true to ourselves and we lack authenticity. As we diminish ourselves and ignore our desires, it reinforces our unworthiness. We play small and continue our plight to be unseen and unheard. And the model that we may learn to get what we want through hard work, effort, and unrelenting control leaves us exhausted. We continue onward using the same models to pursue our next ventures with hopes that we will find contentment and satisfaction. But as we connect to the quiet power within, we gain clarity and achieve our heart's desires with grace and ease. The most intimate relationship that we can develop is the relationship with ourselves. And when we connect to our source of true power, we connect to love, which is our innate state. And this natural state of being drives out our eternal guidance systems. Our conscious and unconscious thoughts, feelings, and behaviors can veer us onto or off the right path. And when we realize that we have this power within us, we can become our best selves. So consider taking time to reflect on the following questions. Is your current life reflecting your dreams and desires? What do you really desire to be? What does your ideal life look like? What is your highest expression? If you want to transform your life, inner work is necessary, and change does not come from the outside world. Awareness is the first step, and every decision you make is based on your choices. When we look at our life, it's a collection of choices that have manifested into our reality. And this reality can be changed by seeing your life as you desire it to be and imagining something better and greater. So watch your thoughts. When a negative thought occurs, do not reflect on it, but do not entertain it. You can reframe it into a heartfelt desire or a positive thought about yourself. Refrain from being reactive and take time to pay attention. Give yourself quiet time to connect with your inner self. And as you practice, it becomes more natural. And when you feel good, you desire to sustain that feeling. I'd like to share with you uh, thoughts about how to listen to the inner voice of love. And in my article previously published in Savannah East, Listen to the Inner Voice of Love, I highlight soulful engagement, authentic writing, creative expression, and trust the source. So let's take the first point. Give yourself downtime. Grant yourself permission to take time out for yourself. You can be here now, wherever you are, if you allow it to be so. You can also visit favorite places or create sacred places that take you inward, where you can be quiet, still, and listen to the guidance within. I've created special sitting areas to connect with nature, frequently visit my favorite place to watch. Actually, I love being near water. I go to the lake, just sitting and watching the peaceful ripples of the water that really, reflect my inner self. And it brings peace to my soul. And this provides me an opportunity to reset, renew, and reclaim my power. Let's talk about soulful engagement. And this is regarded as the empowering soul moments and soulful connection with yourself as you engage in an activity that gives you joy. And as you become fully immersed in this activity, distractions soon disappear that takes you to your natural state of peace and joy. Whether it's walking, meditating, jogging, or just sitting, you find it to be soothing and calming. And literally lost in time, you're present with yourself with no preoccupation with the past and obsession about the future. And moving into stillness and finding peace calms the soul. And whether it's yoga, meditation, again, taking nature walks, I find these activities are certainly times that allow me to connect to my higher self. The next insight is about authentic writing. And to experience that authentic connection and be lovingly honest with yourself, writing can stimulate the flow of consciousness and bring forth new ideas, healing, insight, and inspiration. And authentic writing provides an opportunity to unload, release unwanted emotions, engage in self-inquiry, to reflect on recurring thoughts, and also to celebrate progress. I find that my collection of journals holds valuable information, and I'm amazed at what came through during certain phases of my life. I realized that my flow of writing revealed answers and information that was exactly what I needed during that time in my life. Authentic writing opens the door to consciousness. It reveals messages that will guide you towards your next step on your life's journey. The next point is creative inspiration. What do you enjoy? What brings you passion? What are your innate gifts and talents? Whether it's music, art, dancing, sewing, artful crafts, get back in touch or tap into this hidden creativity. It takes us out of the mundane, habitual activities of life. And this is an opportunity for ongoing self-exploration and lifelong learning to enrich your inner being. Take classes, connect to people and groups with similar interests. Actualize your divine self and share your unique gifts and talents. Flourish in your creativity and shine your light in the world. The next point is trust the source. Do not doubt the guidance within. It's gentle and speaks softly to your heart. Recently, I had an important decision to make, and I put it in my spirit and I asked for the guidance to be crystal clear. I waited patiently, trusted with assurance that I would receive the answer. And on the day I had to make the decision, the answer came in a gentle whisper with a short, powerful message. So I take time to shut down the noise, be open, and pay attention to everything. Dreams also reveal powerful messages. You don't have to struggle with decisions. Invite intuition into your life and find peace, ease, and contentment. Your powerful voice of love, the guidance within, is beyond logic and conditioned responses that evoke fear. So invite it into your life through downtime, soulful engagement, authentic writing, creative inspiration, and unwavering trust. You will become more confident, trust yourself, and manifest your heart's desires. Most importantly, be patient and you will not be led astray. You will be inspired to take on novel experiences with assurance and become more of who you truly are. And it will set you free. Our love and action practice for today is to listen to your inner voice, taking into account the strategies that I shared. Journal on your insights and positive guidance and direction. And feel free to share your insights and experiences. Email me at jean72farish@yahoo.com. We're always making choices. Tap into your voice of love, this empowering inner guidance. I close with an excerpt. Choose. The heart of love makes careful and thoughtful choices. Every moment, we are free to choose either love or fear. Choice is personal power of self-expression. Make high-value choices. Honor yourself with respectful choices of the highest regard. Be loving and do no harm. Trust your inner guidance for the good of all. Choose wisely, choose well. I'm Dr. Jean Marie, and remember, it's all about love. And an empowered self is a loving self. And keep your love light shining. Thank you so much for tuning in.